Hey guys, welcome back. I just filmed the eyeshadow 101 video. Now I'm going to do the foundation and concealer video 101. I think I did foundation routine was my very first video. I don't know if I broke it down because I haven't watched that video in a long time. So I don't know if I broke it down as well as I want to, as easy as I want to break this down. As you see, I still haven't done my brows. I at this point I don't have the time to do my brows because I've got to go pick up my kids from school in a little bit. But I don't want to, I got to take them to the orthodontist. I don't want to go to the orthodontist with just eyeshadow on and just looking like I'm a cray lady. So we're gonna go ahead and do this foundation video. Now, if you are new to foundation, if you haven't been used it, have never used it, you're new to makeup, I would advise you guys to go to Sephora and get color matched, because trying to color match drugstore foundations can be kind of off, or you could just try to like squeeze out the tubes, open them in the store or whatever, try to swatch them and try to find your color match. But sometimes the ladies at foundation, the ladies at Ulta and Sephora can not match you with the best colors. No shade to any of those ladies, but I don't know if they're used to matching darker skinned girls with foundation. So I've had friends that would say, oh, well, my foundation, it looked one way in the store, but when I got out and then those lights are not real lights in the store. Like when you mesh in the store and then when you get out, it's a different color. But I actually got my foundation, this Too Faced Butter Pecan, matched at the store. She held up two shades. I picked the shade that I thought that I liked the best, which was this Butter Pecan shade. So I actually got matched and I love this foundation. It's worked great for me. But that's just my tidbit to advise you guys. I have not moisturized or primed my face because I forgot, but we're gonna go in with this Purlisse Matcha Green Tea and an antioxidant priming moisturizer. So it's a primer and a moisturizer. I definitely need both of these right now, and I don't got time to be doing all those steps. This is just gonna be a quick little routine tidbit of a routine to help you ladies. But make sure you go get matched for you a foundation and a concealer. I would advise you guys, if you don't have a lot of like black spots, or if you do have a lot of spots in your face from acne or whatever, I would still advise you guys to go with a medium coverage, because I feel like a medium coverage is buildable. You know, you can see what it looks like. You can see if you like the medium coverage, or if you want a lighter coverage, or if you want to go with a heavier duty full coverage foundation. I definitely think you should start with a medium buildable coverage, and the Too Faced Born This Way foundation is a very medium buildable coverage. You can build it up to have more coverage, but I think it's a good foundation to start with because it's a medium coverage and you're not just lathering stuff on that you don't know what it is. It gives you time to see what you want. You have to actually build it up if you want more coverage. But if you're used to doing makeup, by all means, go for what you know, go for what you're used to. This video is more geared towards beginners who are I'm talking about just starting out, who don't even have foundation, who don't even know where to start with foundation. Or if you're interested in it, I would suggest a medium coverage foundation to start with. Now, the tool that I suggest that you use is a beauty blender. This is a Sonia Kashuk sponge. Now, you could use a beauty blender or a brush, or a foundation brush to blend out your foundation. I'm trying to find a brush. But honestly, the blender is going to be easier for beginners because you're just starting out learning how to blend your foundation, and that brush can be harder to do. If you get a bad brush, your makeup could look streaky. It could be very difficult to fix. It's hard to mess up when you're using a sponge, but make sure you wet your sponge. It just makes it easier to blend. And the sponge also takes away some of the product. So if you feel like, oh my goodness, I put too much product, well, when you blend it out with the sponge actually does soak up product. And so some people don't like to use it because they feel like they're wasting product, but it does actually soak up some of that product. So I do feel like the sponge is like the very best way to start when you first started. It's how I started doing my makeup. I used the sponge. I'm glad I came around in the sponge area, not just the brush area. So what I'm doing is just shaking this up a little bit because it's been sitting around. I'm going to do one pump. And this Too Faced, you can see it's kind of you can see how watery it is, so you can tell off the bat that it's not a real full coverage. Foundations are thicker, so you can tell right off the bat that it's not a full coverage foundation. So what I'm doing now is I'm just taking my finger, just putting it in there, and I'm just gonna put dots all over my face with it, because to me that makes it easier to blend, easier to spread out, and that's just how I like to apply my foundation. It makes it easy to spread out. So what you want to start with is just one pump. When I first started doing my makeup, I think I just used one pump of it because that's all I needed at the time. So I'm going to take this end of the sponge and blend it out because this to me is just better. I like to use this end with my concealer. And you just take this end and you just dab it. And you just go all over the face with it. And you blend that foundation out. And you can see how light coverage it is. But if you just continue to blend it out, you can add, after you get all this blended out, like you can add another pump if you want more coverage. Or if you be like, oh, okay, this is fine. I like it the way it is. You don't have to add another pump. But if you just start off with one pump, it gets you to see like where you are foundation wise. Especially if you are just starting out. Okay. So if you are just starting out and people say like, oh, I don't know how to do my makeup. I can't do it that way. Practice makes perfect. When I first started doing my makeup, I used to work, I was working a night shift. And actually, they used to be like, oh, I'll take you sure will coming in here with a beat face to come here to this hospital and take care of these patients. I'd be like, yeah, I know. But I would just be like, you know, I'm practicing. I'm practicing my makeup. And baby, trust me, ain't nobody gonna tell you your face messed up like your coworkers. So if I would have just like made a mistake, or if I was just looking like a tragic mess, they gonna tell me like, girl, what is you doing now? You don't need to do this, you don't need to do that. And there were some girls in there who fairly knew how to do their makeup. So they would tell you, oh, and then I would like get beauty tips. So how do you put on your lashes? Because at the time I didn't know how to put on my lashes. Now I'm like a pro at it. And how do you do this and how do you do that? And so trust me, ain't nobody, and it was nighttime too, so I didn't see a lot of doctors and family, so it was okay. Now I don't know if I would have tried it on day shift, going to work looking a hot mess, because there's a lot of people on day shift. But I used to practice my makeup when I went to work. But you could practice like a day you're off, that you're at home, or you know, you're going to a kid's sporting events. Just like practice makes perfect. If you don't use it, you lose it. And if you never use it, if you only do your makeup to like, oh, I'm only going to do my makeup on a special occasion, only when I want to go somewhere, then you're not going to ever get better at it because you're not using it as much. So you got to definitely practice. As you can see, this is blending out well. Beauty Blender blends your makeup up very, very well. I like these your cashew sponges, but it's kind of like getting rough edges and getting torn for no freaking reason. But they are inexpensive, and you can get these at Target. They do have them Target online also. And you get a seamless blend. You get a seamless blend with the Beauty Blender. All right, so my next thing we're gonna do the concealer. Now, some people you can use your highlighter shade for concealer, a shade that's lighter than your actual skin tone, or you can get a shade that's closer to your skin tone. For beginners, I suggest that you get a concealer that's your skin tone. And like as you learn and as you evolve, then you get, oh well, I want to go a couple shades lighter. I want to go 1-2 shades lighter. Then you go get your lighter shade. That's what I started out with. I started out with a concealer that's basically my skin tone that wasn't too bright, because I didn't want to bring too much attention to my face, because you know I didn't really know what I was doing. So I don't want you just staring at my face like, oh my goodness, why her face look like this? I wanted something to kind of match my skin tone. And so honestly, we're just gonna go. Now if you need a lot, you could put a lot, but we're just gonna go. I just do a little bit. I feel like when you first starting out, less is more. You know, less is better, because you don't really know what you're doing. So if I do all this and do all this and do all this, you're gonna be like, I tell you what you're doing. We don't even, what is the purpose of all of that stuff? So I'm not gonna do all of it. I just feel like you should just do like this. And then so we're gonna take this side of it, and then we're just gonna blend out our concealer. You know, and the concealer, it covers like bags and like dark circles under your eyes. And you know how normally, like, okay, so our face is like basically like different type of shades. So it should be like different type of shades. You should like bring in like darker around the areas, and then you want to lighten up this area where you just put on a concealer a foundation that covered up all of it. They covered up all of it. So this concealer is just going to bring some brightness back into this area. And so when you conceal here, you conceal here, and you conceal here, and you conceal here, it's just bringing the brightness back up into this area. and then you bronze or you contour around these outer edges, which bring in the darkest to this area. But then it just all comes together in like a seamless fashion, if that makes sense. So some people like a lot of concealer, but I feel like for beginners, just do a little bit. And I'm going to show you guys a trick. I don't know if I showed it to you in the other video I did, but I'm going to show you guys how, okay, because like sometimes like when you do your concealer, you be like, what the heck? See this right here? You be like, what do I do with it? Like, do you just leave that there? Like, see this side, it looks better. But like this side, I did this a little bit on purpose so I can show you guys how if it's just not seamless. So it's still lighter. It's not my exact skin tone. It's the foundation, but it's not as bright as it should be if I want it brightened. So what you can do is you can take the this side that we did with the foundation on the butt of it, and then you just go back on the outer edges of the concealer. Right? Okay. See, that looks way more blended. And see, that's why I use different ends of it. I use this side to do my foundation, and then the other side do my concealer. So when that happens and it doesn't look seamless, you just take the butt of it and just go around the edges of the concealer so it looks blended. Now, the reason why we add translucent powder helps that concealer stay into place. It's supposed to keep it from like wrinkling. Like if you got wrinkles, keep it from wrinkling up on you. It keeps it to stay in place. It keeps it together, keeps it from moving, keep it from slipping off. And it's supposed to keep down oil, I suppose. So I'm gonna take this Ciate London. What? I don't know why I'm gonna use the Ciate London. To me, I think I did it because I just wanted to be more bright and under there. It was just a natural reaction. But I'm gonna take the Ciate London powder. But if you are a darker skin tone and translucent powders are too light for you, use a skin color powder if you don't want to be bright. And if you feel like, oh my goodness, I don't like the way that looks, use a skin color powder. Like this Fenty Honey powder would be like my skin's color powder if I wanted to like put that up under there and just look one color. If you feel like translucent powder is too bright for you, do that. And you can still use the same sponge and just dip it into the powder and just, now you can leave it here for about 5 minutes to let it bake. Baking just lets it sit there, just keeps it in place a little bit. Or you could feel like, oh, well, I don't, some people don't like to bake, so they just go ahead and just brush it off. And then that's fine too, but we're going to go ahead and just wipe this off just to save us on some time. And basically after that, of course, you already got your brows done. You already got your lashes and stuff on. Or sometimes I don't put my lashes on to like my last step anyways, but I already have my mascara and everything done. And if you want to add some eyeshadow down here to the lower lash, I would suggest wait until after you're doing your concealer and after you set with that powder, because sometimes it can be hard to like conceal around that eyeshadow, because I've done that before. So you just want to take a powder brush, just a regular old powder brush. It doesn't matter which powder brush, what kind of powder brush it is, and you just want to sweep that from up under there. Okay, you sweep it. Now you say, oh my goodness, you got that powder all over your face, honey. I look like, I don't know what, but naturally I would go in and I would bronze and everything, but this isn't, bronzing and type of stuff. So I would go in and I would just go ahead and bronze up a little bit to kind of help that out. I would bronze right here, but contour my nose. I would come in and bronze here. But we're not doing all that today. So today we're just going to go in with a setting spray. Now, setting spray helps take away that powdery look. I wish I had my, I think I do. Hold on for a minute. All right. So, I brought some stuff back from work. I think I got everything I brought back from Makeup Wise. I think I took too much and I took some stuff that I really didn't want. So I brought some things back. I've shouted at the top, but I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild setting spray. And we just gonna go ahead and set it. And that's when you use setting spray, it takes away that powdery effect. Hopefully this Wet n Wild does that. Some setting sprays help your makeup last longer. It helps your makeup look fresher. But some of them is just to take away the powdery effect. Trust me, this Wet n Wild is just to take away the powdery effect. It ain't gonna make your makeup last longer. But if you have your lashes and stuff on, like sometimes like when you spray your setting spray, if you just have your mascara on it or re-wet your mascara, and then you get mascara running all over the place, and so to stop that, you could just cover your eyes and then just go in with the setting spray. I typically don't do that. I just spray it. Because at this point I probably already got my lashes on. And I bought me a fan to fan my face when I do my setting spray, because sometimes I felt like it was taking my setting spray too long to dry, and then it would like leave like marks on my face sometimes when it was like running or whatever. And like I ain't like all that, so I just bought a fan to fan my face so I could make it dry faster. So like if I was like really doing my makeup, if I was really going slow, I would spray my face, keep my eyes closed, and just fan until I felt like it was dry, so I wouldn't mess up my makeup look. But that's what I would do. So you guys, that's my foundation 101, foundation and concealer 101 routine. You want to go ahead and finish off your look with your lippies, contour, whatever else that you want to do with that. But to me, I feel like your foundation and your concealer is your base. If you don't have a good base, baby, you ain't got nothing. You could just do foundation and concealer and just do that part, no brows, no nothing, and you cute. You know what I mean? So if you don't have a good base, your makeup you ain't nothing. So y'all got to learn how to get you a good base. You got to learn how to do some basic eyeshadows. Once you learn those basic things, then you're going to be able to add things to it. You're going to be able to follow other people's tutorial. You're going to be able to see a look on Instagram, on YouTube, and be like, oh my, they use this palette. I have this palette. I want to try that look. And be able to try to recreate the looks just by looking at it and seeing the colors. You may not be able to recreate it exactly the way they do it, but you'll be able to excel your looks by doing those things. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to get ready to head out of here. I'm going to fix my hair up some type of way. I have foundation on this. Whatever. I'm going to try to go ahead and fix my hair up or whatever. Go pick up my kids. We're going to go to the orthodontist. And then I will be, I'll come back home and, I got some more videos. I got some more stuff I need to film for you guys. All right. Bye.